Here we go, Steeler Nation. Get those terrible towels waving.
Woo! Welcome. We live at the Steelmatic Network with G Honda. Live at the Steelmatic Network with G Honda. Episode 23. Week 6 recap. How y'all doing out there? Like, share, subscribe the content. Share the content. Help grow the channel. Appreciate y'all for being here with me today. Sorry for the delay. Sorry for the technical difficulties, man. I appreciate y'all being here today with me, man. Happy Monday, man. I appreciate y'all, man. Steelers coming off a week 6 win versus the Raiders. You see the thumbnail, coming off a week 6 win over the Raiders in the Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas. We're gonna get into it, man. Sorry about the technical difficulties. Sorry for the delay, but man, I appreciate y'all being in here with me, man. Like, share, subscribe. Thank y'all, man. Appreciate y'all, man. How y'all doing this happy fine Monday? Who we got in the house? Shout out Monique, lovely Monique, beautiful, lovely Monique. Appreciate you being here, Monique. How you doing this Monday, Monique? You at work? You at home? You took the day off? You took an extended weekend, Monique? What's up with you? How you doing today? Appreciate you being here. Shout out Mr. Gino, how you doing today? What's good with you, man? Appreciate you being here, brother. Absolutely, man. Make sure y'all like, share, subscribe, hit that cash app, Steelmatic 001. Steelmatic 001, man. Appreciate y'all being in here with me today, man. So yeah, we're gonna get into the recap, man. We had some good matchups yesterday. Had some good parlays, some good spreads yesterday. Not for myself, me personally, but of course I get the calls and whatnot, because some people actually do use my assessments and yeah. But no, definitely, man, appreciate y'all being in here with me today, man. It's so happy without y'all, man. Appreciate y'all greatly. So but I'm getting into these assessments, man. Let me see where we at. Yeah, it's just I see some more people following in, man. Like, share, subscribe, share the content, share the channel. What you got, Monique? Notice how the government changed Columbus Day being a holiday to Indigenous Peoples Day as a regular school day. Huh. I gotta check the calendar on that one, Monique. Monique, my poor Raiders. Monique, you never said you was a Raiders fan. Monique, you need to stop. When you became a Raiders fan, Monique? Monique, when were you a Raiders fan? How long you been a Raiders fan, Monique? Come on now. Monique, how long you been a Raiders fan? Don't say since Bo Jackson, because I know that's a lie. Don't say since Bo Jackson. How long you been a Raiders fan, Monique? I appreciate y'all being in here with me, man. Like, share, subscribe, share the content. Help grow the channel. Help me get monetized. Appreciate y'all being here with me. So I'm gonna go ahead and start this week 6 recap assessment of what happened. But before I do, what you got, Monique? I'm a fan of the current play on screen whenever the game is on. Okay. Okay. Fan of the game. I feel you. I got you. I got you. So let's get into this assessment. First assessment, we had the Jags and the Bears in London. The Jags and the Bears in London. So Jags and Bears, they traveled to the UK. Trevor Lawrence company went up against Caleb Williams and the Bears. Trevor Lawrence, he went 23 for 35, 234 yards passing, 2 TDs, 1 INT. D Johnson, he had 6 carries for 28 yards. However, the Bears was just too much on them. In the UK, Caleb Williams, he went 23 for 29 on 226 yards passing with 4 touchdowns. And the Bears down the Jags in the UK 35-16, 35-16. Bears down the UK 35-16. No, I'm sorry, Bears down the Jags in the UK 35-16. Next matchup, we had the Bucks and the Saints. The Bucks and the Saints. Divisional matchup in New Orleans. Divisional matchup in New Orleans. Buccaneers went into the Big Easy. Baker Mayfield went 24 for 36 on 325 yards passing, 4 touchdowns, but 3 INTs. Yeah, 3 INTs. Rushing touchdown. Tucker and Urban both had a rushing touchdown. Chris Godwin for the Bucks, he had 2 receiving touchdowns. He was 11 for 125. 11 receptions for 125 receiving. However, the Saints was fighting back, but the Saints didn't do nearly enough. Spencer Rattler, he went 22 for 40 on 243 yards passing, 1 touchdown, 2 INTs. But the Bucks end up dousing the Saints in New Orleans. 51-27. 51-27. Yeah, it sounds like a basketball score, right? Not till I get to this Cowboys game, so I'll be with that momentarily. All right. So next matchup, we had the Commanders and the Ravens. The Commanders and the Ravens. So Josh Daniels and company going to Baltimore. Josh Daniels went 24 for 35, 269 yards passing with 2 passing touchdowns. Okay. Elka, he went 9 for 21 on the carries. Terry McLaurin only had 1 reception, didn't do much, didn't see much action. However, the Ravens was stifled by Derrick Henry in this stellar play. Derrick Henry, he was 24 for 132 rushing on 2 touchdowns. Lamar Jackson went 20 for 26 on 323 yards passing and 1 touchdown, 1 INT. But the Baltimore Ravens throw the Commanders in the Chesapeake 30-23. 30-23. Yeah, like, share, subscribe. Hit that cash out. Steelmatic001. Steelmatic001. Monique, what you got? Okay, Chicago Bears. Moving, man. Oh, so you got 2 teams. I don't know, Monique. You got to put some confirmation on that. Monique, poor Saints. Yeah, Monique, they got beat pretty bad, but that's what divisionals do. Divine Photos, shout out to Divine Photos, one of the best journalists on YouTube, second to G Honda. Thank you, Divine Photos. Thank you for being here, brother. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here, brother. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. So, yeah, so next matchup, we got the Cardinals. We got the Cardinals and the Packers. Cardinals and the Packers. One of my picks, along with the Buccaneers and the Saints. So Arizona Cardinals, Kyler Murray and company go to Lambeau Field. Kyler Murray, he went 22 for 32 on 214 yards passing, 1 touchdown. However, it wasn't nearly enough going into Lambeau Field against Jordan Love and the Packers. Not at all. Jordan Love, he brought the heat. Went 22 for 32 on 258 yards passing, 4 touchdowns. 4 touchdowns. And 1 INT. Josh Jacobs, he had 18 carries for 62 yards. And the Packers down the Cardinals 34-13. 34-13. Packers down the Cardinals 34-13 in Lambeau Field. Next matchup, we had the Colts and the Titans. The Colts and the Titans in Tennessee. The Colts and the Titans in Tennessee. So Joe Flacco and the Colts, they go into Tennessee. Joe Flacco went 22 for 38 on 189 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, 1 INT. However, the Titans did attempt to fight back. Will Levis, he went 16 for 27 on 95 yards passing, 1 touchdown, 1 INT. But the Colts beat the Titans in Tennessee 20-17. 20-17. Colts beat the Titans 20-17. Next matchup, we had the Texans and the Patriots. The Texans and the Patriots. So Texans and Patriots. Houston goes into Gillette Stadium. CJ Stroud and company. CJ Stroud went 20 for 31 on 192 yards passing, 3 touchdowns, 1 INT. Patriots attempted to fight back with Drake May. Drake May went 20 for 33, 243 yards passing, 3 touchdowns. However, the 2 INTs killed them. And the Texans beat the Patriots in Gillette 41-21. 41-21. Yeah, if you just following in, like, share, subscribe, hit that Cash App, Steelmatic 001. Steelmatic 001. Share the content, grow the content. Next matchups, we have Browns and Eagles in Philly. Browns and Eagles in Philly. Browns tried to get back into the win column, but the Eagles was stingy as Deshaun Watson, he went 16 for 23 for the Browns on 168 yards passing, no TDs. However, so Deshaun Watson went 16 for 23 on 168 yards passing, but it wasn't enough as Jalen Hurts went 16 for 25, 264 yards passing, 2 TD. Brown and Devontae Smith propelled the Eagles past the Browns 20-16. 20-16. Eagles beat the Browns and leave them in the losing column 20-16. Next matchup, we have the Chargers and the Broncos. The Chargers and the Broncos. Chargers and the Broncos. Justin Herbert goes into Denver, Mile High Stadium. Justin Herbert, he went 21 for 34 on 237 yards passing, 1 TD. And also the stellar play of J.K. Dobbins going 25 carries for 96 yards on 1 rushing touchdown. Help went over and got a win in the Mile High over the Broncos 23-16. 23-16. Chargers beat the Broncos 23-16. Next matchup, we had the Falcons and the Panthers. The Falcons and the Panthers in Charlotte. Kirk Cousins and the Falcons, they go into Charlotte. Kirk Cousins went 19 for 30 on 225 yards passing, 1 passing touchdown. Algier, he went 18 carries for 105 yards rushing, 1 rushing touchdown. And Bijan Robinson, he had 2. All right. Drake London, he had a receiving touchdown in which he was 6 receptions for 74 yards, 38 on 221 yards passing, 2 TDs. However, 2 INTs did kill him and stifle him as The Falcons down on 38-20 in the Queen City. 38-20. Falcons beat the Panthers 38-20 in the Queen City. Next matchup, we had the Lions and the Cowboys. The Lions and the Cowboys. The Lions come to Jerry World to take on the Cowboys. Cowboys coming off a winning week. Jared Goff and company. Jared Goff went 18 for 25 on 315 yards passing. 315 yards passing. 3 touchdowns. Montgomery, he was 12. Also, Williams receiving touchdown, and Sam Laporta had a receiving touchdown, as well as Amon St. Brown. And the Lions down the Cowboys really bad, 47-9. 47-9 in Jerry World. We had the Bengals and the Giants. The Bengals and the Giants. The Bengals and the Giants. Joe Burrow and the Bengals, they going to New York to down the Giants. Joe Burrow went 19 for 28 on 208 yards passing. However, Burrow had a running touchdown, and Brown was 10 carries for 53 yards and a rushing touchdown as Bengals beat the Giants 17-7. 17-7. All right, like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe. Hit that cash up. Steelmatic 001. Steelmatic 001. The Raiders and Steelers. The Raiders and Steelers. Glad to get back into the win column. We cleaned some things up, but we still got a lot to clean up, I might add, if I might say. So we did indeed control the time possession. We did win the time possession, which was 31 minutes and 51 seconds to their 28 minutes and 9 seconds. We allotted a couple to their one. 62 total plays to their 60. Still struggling in third down and fourth down efficiency. Yards was about neck and neck as we had 293 yards to their 275. And passing, they did indeed outpass us. They outpassed us 218 to 110. However, our rushing made the difference, in which we had 183 to their 57 yards rushing. So it's a little small miscues. The third down efficiency thing, the thing that's been plaguing us all season, which I believe cost us the win against the games against the things that just needs to be cleaned up. And those things that will indeed play a huge factor going forward as competition looms and grows, things that we need to make non-existent. So all the while still battling those current miscues and such, Justin Fields did indeed go 14 for 24 on 145 yards passing. And everybody's still talking about the whole Justin Fields, Russell Wilson fiasco. Russell Wilson, he's still nursing back to health. He's still indeed trying to get healthy and trying to get back to some normalcy and some type of full health to where we can actually see where he is. But of course, if one's not healthy, how indeed can you see if he's productive and he's the best? First of all, the best ability is availability. So if he's not available, so we however, he did have 11 carries for 59 yards and 2 rushing touchdowns. Najee Harris had a breakout game in which he had 14 carries for 106 yards, 1 TD. And our receiving core, still trying to pick up things, still trying to mesh and to um, get some continuity going and some development going, if you will, as well. One moment. As well, the defense, of course, TJ Watt made a huge splash as he had he had a forced fumble, as well as Deshaun Elliott had a forced fumble as well. And just the continuous dominant play from the defense made all the difference. And the Steelers down the Raiders in Las Vegas, 32-13, 32-13. Sorry. So of course, the defense indeed has been continually dominant and consistent week to week. But I strongly feel as though as we're lacking in those efficiencies, making those transitions, being productive on third down efficiency, being productive in scoring in the red zone, and costing our defensive players their health as far as availability and being available to provide and play, but being forced to overspread and overstretch. Fortunately, we were able to get some significant defensive stops, and minus Alex Highsmith, minus Nick Herbig. I'm sorry, Nate Herbig, and we was able to get those significant stops, was contributed to a vital must-need win, coming off a previous 0-2 going into this game. So, and of course, not to mention stellar play from Najee Harris, and which we'll get into that in a minute as well. Um, but definitely solid defensive play, of course, from when you got the best defense. And like, share, subscribe, hit if you hear. Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. Sorry about that, y'all. Okay. Shout out Mr. Williams. Mr. Williams, how you doing? Mr. Williams, how you doing? Appreciate you being here. Appreciate you being here. Absolutely. So yeah, so So stellar play for my defense. So Landon Roberts, Patrick Queen stepped up and made good tackles, made good plays. Of course, T.J. Watt. Of course, Deshaun Elliott, Dante Jackson, Mr. LSU, Mr. Louisiana. Made some solid plays. And no, not overlooking Las Vegas because I know we got some looming miscues and things we need to clean up. So definitely wasn't overlooking them no way, but just trying to get back into the win column and clean up these little things because next couple weeks it's gonna be a bit testy, gonna be a bit dicey as we take on the Jets in New York and come back home to Acrisure to take on the Giants, and then there's the bye week. Jets going into Jet Stadium. I know that's going to be tough. I know that's going to be just not overlooking anybody because a lot of times the things you do the worst sometimes that comes back to haunt you, and then when we got our woes in our lack of missing possessions and doing those, giving the ball up more, and we kind of defeat ourselves in the process. So that's my reason for not overlooking anybody. Who we got in the chat? Who we got in the chat? Like, share, subscribe, hit that cash out. Steelmatic001, Steelmatic001. Share the content, help me get monetized. Who we got in the building? Who we got in the building? Who we got in the building? Rose, the lovely Rose. Rose, how you doing today, lovely? How you doing today, Rose? How you doing today? Happy Monday. Happy Monday. How you doing today, Rose? Appreciate you being here. Appreciate you being here. Shout out to Rachad Media, my brother. How you doing today, brother? How you doing today, brother? Appreciate you being here. Appreciate you being here, Rachad, man. Appreciate you, man. I appreciate you being here, my brother. Appreciate you. How you doing today, brother? How you doing today, brother? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Rose, what you got, Rose? I actually watched football yesterday. Rose, did you watch my Steelers? Did you watch us get back into the win column, Rose? Who you watched yesterday, Rose? Please don't say your Cleveland Browns. Please don't say that. Please don't say the Cleveland Browns. What you got, Richard? What up with Justin Fields? Justin Fields, he played good. He showed better awareness, man. He showed better awareness, man, in the pocket, man. Not he only got sacked one time, so I think he's slowly but surely making progression, man. Seeing those reads and working well with what he has. I would say, I know our line's a bit suspect, and I think that he's coming along slowly but surely. But he had a good performance yesterday, with the reads, with the passes, and controlling the tempo. I think he did pretty good. Working hard, hardly working. I hear you, brother. I hear you, brother. I I hear you. But yeah, man, definitely, man. Appreciate all y'all being here, man. Appreciate all y'all being here, man. And y'all y'all being here with me on this happy Monday, man. Appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate y'all more than words can say, man. Um, Also, my next thing I wanted to get into my Najee Harris, my Najee Harris madness. So of course, Najee Harris, he had a solid performance yesterday. Nothing different from what Najee Harris capable of doing. Upon having a solid line like any other solid back. But that's just not the case. Just not what he has. But he's been producing nonetheless. Been only one, the most consistent one, the most available one, and producing, and has yet to see a contract extension, and which he's had on his fourth year of his rookie deal, and all those three of which those three previous seasons had 1,000+ rushing yards. Art Rooney, Marcon, yes, he has. He's been available and producing. party lights. Well, Rose, anytime the Steelers win, it's always a party. It's always a celebration when the real America's team wins. Not getting too overexcited, but happy to be back in the win column. But it's always a party when the real America's team wins. So that's that. Yeah, Rose, you can hop on the bandwagon if you want to, Rose. I mean, I know you don't really watch football like that, but you hop on the Steelers bandwagon. It's okay. It is okay. Y'all like, share, subscribe. You just follow Steelmatic 001. What you got, Richard? Russell can take his helmet now. Oh, it's a lot of looming rumors, man. I mean, uh, I think they it may be the Oakland deal. I'm sorry, the Raiders deal, which Devontae Adams, which we direly need. It could be a trade option for us. It could be a trade option for us. Russell Wilson for Devontae Adams. Who knows? I mean, but of course, a lot of other people contending to get them. Jets, the Saints, but we direly need them. So Mark Conley and Art Rooney need to make that happen. If Russell Wilson is on the block for that, that wouldn't. I don't think that'd be such a bad deal. I honestly don't think that'd be such a bad deal. Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. Rose, what's up, Rose? Yeah, Rose, jump on our bandwagon, Rose. Be a Steelers fan. Be a Steelers fan. Be a light in the midst of darkness there in Cleveland. Be a there in darkness with the Buckeyes and the Browns. They got false hope. That's why they only got one win. See, the Steelers, the black and gold, the city forged in lava, it brings truth, it brings prominence, it brings prosperity. That's what the Steel City does. Yeah, yeah. Whenever you make steel, it shines a bright light with the sparkles and all that good stuff. So it brings promise. That oh man. So yeah, so Najee Harris, man. So Najee Harris, he's still he's a big deal. He's a big deal. Najee Harris, he's been solid for us. He's been solid. He's been the most solid one. He's been the most available one. He's been the most consistent one. And having that solid back available game after game and and for the past previous seasons, he's been productive and a huge asset, and which has been contributive to our 4-2 record and an asset to, you know, the production that, well, as productive as we have been. So, I mean, the fact that he doesn't have an extension, the fact that he doesn't have extended contract right now, I think it's one of the most horrible things. It's terrible, and it's messing with him. You can see that if you go back and watch um his post game press conference from last night, how bothered he is. You see how, distraught he is. It's not from the play. That's what he does. He's been doing that since he was in high school and then since he was at Alabama. So, but Art Rooney and Amar Khan, I mean, anybody knows Art Rooney. Anybody put a one in the chat if you can hear me. Put a one in the chat if you can hear me. Put a one in the chat if you can hear me. You lagging, you must mean it's some BS. No. Put a one in the chat if you can hear me. Put a one in the chat if you can hear me. Put a one in the chat if you can hear me. Let me know if I'm lagging. Let me know if I'm lagging. Because you know, Rose might be lying. Rose might be from Detroit and she lying on me. Yeah, that was a corner. Shout out to Detroit Lions, man. Shout out to Detroit Lions on that win yesterday, man. Shout out to Detroit Lions on that win yesterday. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all. Oh, Mr. Williams, shout out to you, man. Shout out to you and your son, man, on that win, man, on this game, man. Shout out to him. Just got me trying. There is a lag. Oh, am I still lagging? I don't know. I don't know why it's not lagging on my end. I don't know why. If I'm still lagging, y'all, put a 2 in the chat if I'm still lagging. Man, my equipment acting like Mr. Walker Mike. Man, put a two in the chat. So yeah, but yeah, man. What's so yeah? Najee Harris, man. Najee Harris, he still doesn't have a deal. So he still doesn't have a deal. He still hasn't gotten extended. And um, but that's on Art Rooney and Amar Khan to make. They need to make that happen now because we already have a ton of problems in our receiving core, which is put a one in the chat if you can hear me. Put a one in the chat if you can hear me. Sorry, y'all. Put a one in the chat if you can hear me. Put a one in the chat if you can hear me. Put a one in the chat if you can hear me, and let me know if I'm still. Man, I don't know what that is. Everything's showing up good. Everything's showing up green. Yeah, so Najee, man, well actually Roney and Marcon, they still ain't got Najee no deal. So Najee, he's playing frustrated, he's playing flustered. So if you go back all over the place about not being extended, but that's just one thing that Najee, well, Roney and Marcon got to make happen. They got to get that man extended now, not later. Of course, that's something to get done hopefully before the bye week or during the bye week. So that's taken care of because once the divisional play start, we don't want nothing happening to him. And but if I'm him, I'm half stepping anyway because I have no assurance, I have no guarantees. That's just my sentiments. That's just my sentiments exact. hmm Yeah, Rashad, man, I think that, Rooney, man, Rooney's a penny pincher, man. Rooney is a penny pincher, man. He's been doing this for years. He's did this to a lot of legends, man. He did this to a lot of people, man. He did this to Hines. He did this to Troy. Actually, forcing them to retire because he didn't want to pay him. But I think they still trying to come to a number. To where, but being that he's an anchor, but then they're gonna have to pay him as such. But what I'm not so I'm gonna have to end the stream and I'm gonna have to reboot. Man, I appreciate y'all being in here with me, man. I appreciate y'all being in here to help me get monetized. Man, I appreciate y'all being in here with me today, man. All y'all support. I'm at the end of stream. But I'm gonna try to do a pop-up show because I know all y'all was followed in early, man. And I appreciate all y'all, man. I appreciate all y'all greatly. So yeah, man, gotta go back and test all this equipment, man, and see what the deal is, man. Because like I said, man, you, you whenever we get a little rain, a little wind, but we got neither outside, and this shouldn't be. Yeah, appreciate y'all, Richard, Ralph. What's good with you, man? Rose, Mr. Williams, man. I'm gonna shut it down. And man, I'm gonna try to go back and check this equipment, man, and see what the issue is, man. But man, I appreciate y'all, man. I appreciate y'all being here, man. You like, share, subscribe, hit that cash out. Appreciate y'all being here. And man, y'all have a good one.
Don't know why we still fight.